FOPO. Do you know what the acronym FOPO stands for? I'll give you a second to think about it. That's enough time. It stands for fear of other people's opinions, and that is the core of what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Let's get into it. I am a recovering social media addict. I have no problem telling you that because I don't want you to end up like me. I was the type of person who would have 5 to 6 hours of screen time a day, with the majority of that being social media use. Going on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, just all the time sucks of the world, I was using that. Now, I used to rationalize this behavior and usage by saying, I'm a YouTuber, I'm an Instagrammer, this is my job, I'm supposed to be making content and checking the data to see how it's doing. But really, what I realized is I was just searching for validation on the internet from strangers. Okay, so let's define what I mean by quote unquote checking likes. What I really mean is anytime you go online to seek out validation. That comes in many forms. It could be likes, subscribers, followers, DMs from someone you like, DMs from someone that you don't like. Pretty much anytime you go and seek validation in a digital space. That's what I mean by checking likes. Okay, so this has been a bit of a journey for me. I don't like using that word, but I have come from always checking likes to not checking it as often. So I have a few practical tips I'd like to leave you with, as well as some harder ones that require a bit more effort. So here are some practical, easy to do tips to stop checking quote unquote likes as much. All right, so my first practical tip for you is to make your phone less engaging and less entertaining by making the screen black and white. So for me, I have a little shortcut here on my phone, and when I triple tap the little lock key here, it makes it black and white. Look, for example, let's make this shot black and white. See? So boring, you probably want to click away, but I made it color again. See? When it's black and white, it's not as fun to engage with. Easy way to make your phone less engaging, more boring, so you don't want to use it all the time. Delete your apps. This seems obvious, but it's a practice that has actually worked very, very well for me. Now, a lot of people usually say to me when I tell them, delete your apps, they'll go, why don't you just turn off post notifications? This has had the opposite effect for me because all I do is I wonder what I'm missing out on that I'm not being notified about, then I check the apps twice as much. So, delete your apps. If you want to use it to post things, download it, post your content, delete it again. At least there's a barrier in the way so that you're not constantly opening up those apps to check for notifications. Delete your apps. XOXO Chris Howe. Okay, so the next tip is to take advantage of muscle memory. And what I mean by that is on your phone, there's usually a spot that you keep your social media apps. For me, I used to keep Instagram on the home screen right down here on the bottom bar. So I would always be checking it. So what I did is I actually exchanged that real estate for something that was better for me. So I downloaded an app called Headway, which is a book summary app. And now every time that I feel inclined to open up Instagram, I actually open up this book summary app instead. And because it's open, I go, maybe I'll just spend some time reading this book. And because of that small change, I've actually read 8 books. One of them being Stop Checking Likes by Susie Moore, where I've actually relayed some of the information from that book in this video here today. It's a great book. I will link that book below. But yes, take advantage of your muscle memory and screen real estate to benefit your life. Okay, so that is the easy stuff. Now moving on to the hard work. This is gonna require some time, but if you're willing to put it in, you will see benefits. Okay, stop checking your likes isn't about social media at all. It is a metaphor for the fact that we have all become so obsessed with external approval as though that somehow increases our sense of self-worth. Let that marinate for a second. Yeah. So I've been trying to figure out why I struggle with external validation so much. And sometimes I wonder if I pursued a career in the limelight because I actually enjoyed making art or if I just enjoyed the attention. And these are all questions that I ask myself in therapy. So as I've mentioned in previous videos like this one, here therapy has been life-changing for me. It's helped me deal with my looming anxiety, my workaholic tendencies, and my whole need for validation. So I am very honored and excited to announce the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. So BetterHelp is the service that I use and have used for the last 2 years. Now, essentially what they'll do is they'll assess your needs and then they will match you with your own professional licensed therapist. BetterHelp is available worldwide and you can start communicating in under 48 hours. And you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions or even text your therapist so you can avoid the wait room altogether. It's very easy to change out your therapist. This is something that I've done before, but most importantly, it's more affordable than traditional offline therapy. So head over to betterhelp.com/Chris Howe and join the over 1 million people, including myself, who've taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. So if you guys want to save 10% off your first month, you can head over to betterhelp.com. That is betterhelp.com/Chris Howe. Howe is spelled H-E-U, by the way. So thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this video and just creating a service that has actually made my life drastically better. Okay, so let me share a quote with you. Happiness is not always where you think it's going to be. Now hold on to that for a quick second. See, here's the issue. We go online so we can seek out validation because we think that's where we're gonna find happiness, when in reality, those apps are really just a time suck and distractions from fulfilling our goals, and the goals and fulfilling those goals are actually what's going to make us happy. So it's a vicious cycle of trying to search for happiness. I don't want to be in this video and come across like I've figured it all out, like I'm perfect. I still struggle with this. I struggled with it on the weekend. I had my phone out. I was at the cottage. I was kind of bored and I just found myself scrolling. But the difference now is I can catch myself. And that's a good step in the right direction in realizing I don't always need to be checking for validation all the time. See, the thing is, we all have a constant need for approval from those around us, both offline and online. And it's important to get to the core of why you're even checking for likes in the first place. There's so much pressure on being happy in today's society. But what I want to remind you is that seeking out approval from others will never lead to happiness. The only approval that you need to be happy is your own. If you guys like this video, please press like. It actually makes a difference. Subscribe and hit the bell to be notified for future videos. We will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for being here for this therapy session. Love you all. Bye.